Hi, my name's Zoe, and today we are going to be talking about another 3 horror book recommendations, and this time they're all fairly short ones. I have been a little bit slow, admittedly, on getting over to you some of these book reviews, but I guess my main problem with doing books is that I need to read them and I don't always get the time. But I have been on holiday, which has given me a chance to get through a few books that I absolutely love. So I am back. I have some wine. I'm keeping it a little bit more personal today. I've got some wine that I'm drinking out of a pumpkin cup, of course, because pumpkins are cool. You'll also notice that I'm a glasses wearer, so yeah, that's me now. I can finally see, which is absolutely fantastic. So, enough of my shit. Aka my talking. Let's get into our 3 horror book recommendations. So, first up on the list was a book that I have been very, very, very kindly gifted by Eduardo. So he said that he is a soldier in the military, and my videos help to keep him company, which is amazing. Thank you for all of the hard work you're doing, for your service, and yeah, also for sending this over. And the book is none other than Eric LaRocca's Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. So it was, I believe it was May Murray, a friend on Twitter, that actually made me aware of this book. And first of all, loving the cover. I think artwork fantastic. So this one's super short. You can get it done. Honestly, I think I read this one in probably like a day. Literally just smashed through it, smashed the shit out of this book. It is fantastic. It's fucking dark as hell. So I wasn't sure if it was real. It's proposed as if it's real. So it is a conversation exchange between 2 females in a, I believe it's like an LGBTQIA plus community online, where they start talking about, they've got, one of them has got something to sell, the other one gets in touch. They get into this relationship, and everything in the book is depicted through like their online chats. So it's like a chat history, which I love. It's almost, to me, it's kind of like found footage in a book. So it's all kind of depicted like that. They get into this relationship, and my God, does it get fucking dark. I mean, I don't think I was fully prepared for how dark it goes. So, I can't even really talk about it without like giving spoilers away. So there's some clear red flags in the relationship. One of the characters is far more dominant and the other is much more subservient, which, you know, there's a lot of power dynamics in relationships, and they can work, you know, lots of dom and sub relationships can really work. But this one just kind of gets like progressively fucking brutal as hell. And I'm not necessarily talking about like gore or violence or anything like that. Manipulation and psychological horror in this book is sustained throughout, and it just ramps up and ramps up and ramps up. And I remember reading the last chapter of this on the tube here in London, and I was like, I need to talk to someone about this right now. Like, I think I need like serious therapy on the tube. Obviously, I did not do that because that would be weird as hell, but it's phenomenal. This book is phenomenal. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things I've read. Like, it's just creepy as hell, and it is gonna get under your skin, and you are gonna remember it for a long, long time. So I highly, 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 highly recommend this book. And I know Eric LaRocca has got some upcoming books out at the moment, and coming soon, and I'm very excited to read all of them. So thank you to Eric for this book, and also thank you to Eduardo for gifting me it. That was super, super kind of you. Okay, so the next book that I read over the summer period, and you know, some people always talk about like summer reads, and they're like, yeah, no, like rom-coms, you know, by the pool. And then there's obviously me that takes like the most disturbing books on like family holidays and shit, and everyone's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So the next one I read was by Harlan Ellis, and it's I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. So I think actually a lot of you guys recommended this one to me. So I was really, really excited to check it out. This particular edition that I bought on Amazon actually has a few other stories in, which I haven't yet attempted. I just really wanted to read that short one. So it's basically a group of people, and they're in a what is essentially like some kind of simulation. And again, I don't want to give too much away about this because it's really cool, like very inventive. I think the way that the story develops is you need a lot of imagination to kind of get into it. It's certainly perhaps not as horror focused as a lot of the other books that I've read. It's maybe got a bit more of a kind of like sci-fi dystopian twist to it. But I really, really enjoyed just how straight to the point it is. You know, it's not a long short story. It's very, very short, but it does exactly what it needs to do, and it is disturbing. I think the thing I really liked about I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is the fact that it really makes you think. Like, it's very Black Mirror-esque, if any of you guys have seen Black Mirror. It puts you in this realm, this place, this, you know, fictional kind of setting where you go, holy shit, what would I do if I was in that situation? How would I respond to those things around me? And I really love that aspect of it. And it does get very, very dark. There's some things in there that do kind of make you go, oh gosh, that is quite nasty. But yeah, without going into too many details, it's a great little short horror, and I can absolutely see why people have often said it's one of the most disturbing. Also recommended it to me. Like, I did really, really like it, and I love that it plays on the thought of technology and computers and AI. I think that for me is, it feels like soon enough we probably are going to get fucked up by AI. And it seems like Harlan Ellis was well in front of us in realizing that. So if you can find a copy, definitely check out this short story, because this one is a good one. And like I said, super, super short. Like, you can read it probably within like 30 minutes or something like that. Okay, so one last book that I am going to be talking about today. And I don't think I was fully prepared for this book. Like, so a very good friend of mine, Nico, he recommended this one to me, and he's not a big horror lover. He doesn't like really like extreme stuff at all. And he said to me, I read this book, it is absolutely fucked up. You're going to love it. And I was like, all right, ordered it literally the day before I went on holiday, arrived, took it to the airport, got on the beach, and I was like, right, let's dig into this. How bad can it be? It can be bad. It is pretty bad. So that book is The Summer I Died by Ryan C. Thomas. So I don't even know where to start with this one. It is fucking grim. So it's about a couple of friends, two guys, they're in the woods, they hear a woman screaming, they're like, shit, like, probably need to go and help, let's go and sort that out. So they do exactly that. They go, they find her, and there is a serial killer. So when I first read the synopsis, I was like, it doesn't sound like it's, you know, how extreme can it be? Okay, so it is just torture porn. It is basically torture porn in a book. And you guys have hopefully watched a few of my other videos. You might have even seen my writing online. Like, I'm all about torture porn. I'm about gore. I'm about nastiness. But for some reason, reading it versus watching it seems far worse. I don't know why. Why is that? maybe it's because you have to like get inside your head, and obviously your mind just makes these things like absolutely mental, whereas maybe when you watch something like, you know, Hostel, for instance, and it is just torture, or August Underground, all of those kind of torture porn era films, maybe it's because it's given to you on a plate and you don't have to imagine it yourself. But The Summer I Died is really, really, really fucking nasty. I put it down a few times. You know, there I am, having my mojito on the beach, beautiful sunshine, idyllic location, clear waters. Some guy is getting his dick chopped off, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll have a little break. I'll put that one down a minute. That's not to say it's not a really good book. I think if and I'm sure if you're here, you do like disturbing stuff, but if you want something that is quite, I think is pretty boundary pushing in terms of like how detailed the violence is in this book. I could smell the room that this happens in. Like, I felt like I was there experiencing it. It is really, really brutal and dark and horrible and just, yeah, like I said, just nasty as shit. So if you are looking for something that is really, actually, probably one of the most like gory and gross books that I've ever read, if you're looking for something like that, then you are going to want to read The Summer I Died, because I think it's absolutely going to push a few of your boundaries. But I would love to hear from any of you that have read it, or once you read it, like, do let me know, and maybe we'll all just set up like a therapy group together to talk about it. I'm going to try and get some more going. I'm going to try and read some more, get some more recommendations over to you. Like I said, it's quite tough. I'm also halfway, 3/4 of a way through another book that is a huge book. I will do a review on that one as well. So that's taking up a bit of my time, but I'm trying to pace it and maybe add in a few others, because I would love to get some more recommendations over to you as soon as possible. Put thumbs up if you like this, thumbs down if you didn't. Leave a shitty comment if you want. There's been a few. I kind of like it. I kind of feel like, you know, bit drama spices things up. But no, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. You can follow me over on Twitter, Instagram. I often talk about some other of the books that I'm reading before I do my full video reviews, talk about movies, extreme ones. Also, I'm doing a lot of things over on Ghouls magazine, which I am the founder and editor-in-chief of. We've got an amazing team of writers. We're always talking about horror. We do panel discussions. We recently did one on the horror of found footage, featuring some amazing people like Jed Shepherd, who was the writer of Host, Aislinn Clark, director of The Devil's Doorway, Mary Beth McAndrews, who's a journalist at Dread Central, and also Adrian Tofay, who is the director of Be My Cat, film for Anne. So if you do want more horror stuff from me, go and follow me on the socials, and you will find more there. And then until next time, enjoy spooky season, and perhaps I will have a special Halloween horror video coming for you very soon.